How's it going, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel, and today we're on the F150. We had some last minute stuff that we need to fix, and I really want to show it to you guys because there's really not a whole lot of videos on there about it. So let us get into it. So guys, welcome to the channel. If you have not seen my stuff, please go down, like and subscribe, and check it out. But today we're on the F150. And why are we on the F150? Well, today I'm going to show you guys how to install a positive cable terminal on the F150. Now this one F150 has the ones where it has the fuses in between that's linking to some other wires going down to some other components of the car to power it. So it's a little different, but the wire that is attached to it is the issue because it goes all the way down to, I think it goes to the starter if I'm not mistaken, but it goes somewhere, but we need to get it off so we can put the new one on. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So this is what we're replacing this piece and this piece and that piece. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to start with the first one, which is this one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to replace it, because if you look right there where you see that void, I don't know if I can get in a little better, so you see that little crack, so that's the problem. And not only is that the problem, this little nut thing is not really holding anymore. It's been corroded, it's falling off, it's just done. So we're going to be replacing this as well, and we're replacing these fuses because they look a little crusty and everything. So these are going to be replaced, but this one is the main culprit. That's the difficult one. So we're going to get this one first. So we're going to take care of this one, and then we will figure out how to get this all together, and then we'll come back and we'll replace those as well. But this is the first one because this one's the more difficult one. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So not really too difficult. All you gotta do is just get this off, and this is loose. This is one of the other reasons it's loose, because this broke, and then it's cracked, so it's not really holding anymore. So it's on its last leg, and the truck won't start. It sometimes will start, won't start, and this is the culprit. So every time I touch it, it shocks, and then it comes right back on. So basically, I wanted to show this to you guys because there are not really too many good videos. People talk about it, but they don't really show you anything. So I think I'm the only one that's actually showing you guys. So so basically, yeah, so it's not really that tricky. The only tricky part is this right here. So this is actually crimped on, and then the wire is this little thing right here. Let me move this out of the way. So it's this little cable right here. So yeah, so we got to figure out how to get that off, because we have our new one. So this is our new one. This actually is a way more better than this, because it's the normal clamping style. Then you still have your middle one for your cable here, and then you still have your little mounting part for that right there. So everything is all good. And then the cool part is, to take care of this clamping thing down here, they decided to add a little swing clamp to clamp onto it. So we may have to cut that off, spin it, and then do all the crazy stuff with it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take off the negative, because we do not want any arcing. So I'd already started, and then I kind of I wanted to stop. So yeah, so we're gonna get this tucked out of the way. I may get some cloth. Actually, let's get a cloth here. Doesn't matter. It's just something to keep these two from reconnecting while we're trying to take that off. Okay, so now we got that, and then this is already coming off like that. See, it was already corroded when I first got it, and this is one of the reasons. So what we're doing right now is we got to get this nut off, which we already started loosening. So you get this one and get it separated from this. So we just take this off, lift this up out of the way, and now we're good. Then we can take this off, and then now they're two totally separate pieces that we don't have to worry about. So that's good. So now let me get this thing on a tripod so we can figure out this cable. Okay guys, so see what we got here. So what we got here And I may actually have to figure out a way to get this off. So this is going to be completely done. So let me go ahead and get this wire loose here, if it'll let me get it loose. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get this thing off. So we're loosening up this bolt here. All right, I'm going to lift this up. Okay, that frees this cable so we can get this off this little thing. At least get it off to the side. Let's get it out of our way. Get it tucked. Okay, we'll go this way. Okay, so now it's out of our way so we can focus on this. All right, so now this cable here, we have to get this off somehow so that way we can utilize the actual thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this sheet. So here, let's see if I can get you over here. So there's an actual sheet that you have to cut to get to exposed. It should clamp. It should be a clamp. I hate to rip this thing off. I really don't want to. So I'm trying my best to get it out of my way. So let's see if I can get you on this side here. All right. So so what I'm trying to do is just try to cut this. This thing is a pain in the butt. I don't even know why that's on there, but I get it. All right, so we gotta cut this sheet back. Use my trusty knife. Alright, so as we peel this sheet back, we're exposing the metal piece. Put this down real quick. Alright. So as you see, we're exposing the metal piece. And it looks like, I'm trying to see if the cable's corroded. Doesn't look too bad, but we're gonna have some fun trying to get this thing off. So we got two choices. We can try and pry this clamp off to get the exposed wire, which would be great, but I think we're gonna have to end up cutting it. But I'm gonna try and do it the hard way first before we go to the easy way. So let me get my tools. Let me see if I can get that off. Okay, guys, so I just looked at it. There's no way I'm going to be able to get that off. Maybe because I don't have the right tools, or just in generally, just never going to be able to get that off. So we're going to cut it. I figured we were going to have to cut it anyway. So I'm going to take my 10 snips, get it right up under it, and just cut. Hopefully this is strong enough to cut. Okay, so the 10 snips are not that strong. Okay. I may have to get something a little stronger. Oh no, it's cutting it ever so slightly. Okay, let me find something to cut these and we'll get it cut. Okay, guys, we're back. So we got it cut and clean. It did work with the 10 snips, just needed to bend it back and forth and cut and bend and back and forth and cut, and it cut. If there was an easier way to get this, if there was an easier way to get this off, I'm sorry, where is it? If there was an easier way to get this little pry thing off, I certainly didn't have it. I don't think there was going to be any other way of getting that off, even if I wanted to. So I had to cut it. No big deal. So what we have now, we have enough wire here, because if I get my new one, my little bag. All right. So the new one, as you see how much room, and then see where that goes? That's plenty of room. So I don't really need to cut that much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo this here, set this to the side, and then we can take this off. And then we'll loosen this. Just loosen it a little bit. You don't want to loosen it too much, but you want enough room to lift it to get it up under there. Okay. So this is what we're going to use to slide it through, get our thing going before we put the rest of it on. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this. Okay. We're going to cut this as the best of our ability. We really don't need that much. I mean, look how much room. Not that much room. Just enough to get it under this clamp here, get it up there. I mean, you can go a little bit exposed if you really want to. You could do that. So we're gonna snip off as much as we can. There's not a whole lot of wire here, so make sure you measure twice and cut once. Okay? Because if you keep cutting and cutting and cutting, you may have to replace this whole entire wire. And I believe this wire, I was always wondering where it was going. It's like a spidered. It's spidered into the rest of the harness. Trust me, you do not want to have to go down that rabbit hole. You have to unravel all that tape and figure out where it's going and just to replace it. Nah. So measure twice, cut once. I cannot stress that. Measure twice and cut once. Okay? So I want about this much piece right here. Don't go crazy with the cutting. Get a nice good piece ripped. I'm gonna go a little lower. Get a nice good piece to expose itself. Don't try not to cut into the wire if you can help it so it doesn't fray off. Just get this thick sheet off of it. Okay? So it's going to be a little tricky because it's so much stuff in your way. But if you get it right, you can get it off. Okay? So I'm going to go back to my trusty knife again. Just cut around. Make sure you get a nice good sheet cut. Yep, I feel it. Once you feel the metal, you've bitten through. Okay? And we're gonna get the other side here because the other side hasn't been cut yet. So try your best, and if you're worried about it, I would do this. All right, hold it. Okay, so we're going to twist this so we get the sheet off. It's coming. It's got a little bit of extra cable piece. Alright, I think that's it right there. Alright, so it should come off. It's a little thick, so you're going to have to work it. Okay, let's see what the issue is. Okay, it's off. We just got to pull it up. So, off. All right, you're gonna lose a little bit of fraying, but that's okay. As long as you got the main culprit, that's all that matters. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, see that's a nice good cut. If it frays off a little bit, that's fine, as long as you don't fray at all. Okay, so now we're going to loosen these up. All right, nice and good. Take our little piece and just make sure all your links you get under there, and voila. All right, so we got it where we want it. So now we just gotta clamp it down. So I'm gonna, hope you guys can see this. My hands are probably in the way. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get this best shot as best as I can get it. So you guys can see it. So, all right. Hopefully you guys can see this. So here, I'll just show it to you. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this, we got it where we want it. Now we just need to clamp it. So now we just got to get it nice and clamped. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit, like about right about there. So it's kind of the more of the metal and less of the sheet. And then we will get this cinched up. And okay guys, so we got it done. I'm sorry, the camera, I just could not trying to figure a way to get the camera so you could see it, but I'm gonna show you. So it's really pretty much simple. All we were really trying to do, as soon as the camera focuses, all we're really trying to do is get this piece over there to clamp. Now you see a little bit of wire exposed, it's okay, but most of it is being clamped. It's touching, that is the good part. So we're good on that. So that is all good. So now that we got that all nice and good, now we can go ahead and start doing the rest of the stuff. So now we got everything off. We're gonna lighten this all up. Okay, we're gonna see if this is gonna fit. It does fit, which is awesome. Just slides over just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to get this bottom piece in. So get that in, put our nut on it. Okay, it's nice and tight. Okay, so now we will get our other piece over it, just like that. Put our nut on. Just like so. And we'll clamp this down. So we're gonna replace this, but it hasn't come in yet. It's supposed to come in tomorrow. So for right now, we're just gonna get this going. So get this straight. Go ahead and tighten it down. All right, that looks good to me. How about that? So we will replace this, and we'll replace the negative terminal tomorrow. I just want to get this up and going. So we're gonna get this cable on. So the cool part is we get to utilize this cover. So what we do is just push it down. Actually, let me get the file cleaner, because we got to grind some of this stuff off real quick. So let me get that real quick. Okay guys, so we're gonna clean this up. Just get it, these burrs, because these burrs are horrible. All right, so we're just trying to get these burrs up. Make it easier to get it on there. If you have to, if you can sand it, if you have to, you can sand that, which is not a bad idea. But we're gonna try it this way, see if this works. But if you have a sander, something to grind that burrs off, you can do that. So let's give this a try and see if this works. Okay, that works perfect. Nice and perfectly on there. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and clamp this down. This might be too small. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna clamp that down. Want it nice and secure, which it is. Look at that. Look at that, guys. All new, done. And the cool part is that you see the wire exposed down there. Look at this. If you get this back up to the best you can get it, now I see why they never utilize it. So it looks like the cover piece, not gonna happen. So not a big thing. What we'll do, we'll just simply cut it. We'll just cut it off. Kind of a bummer, but we're gonna cut it off. Okay, no big deal. So what we could do, we're gonna bend this. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna clear this stuff off, put the negative terminal on, and see if this actually works. So let me clear off the stuff so it doesn't touch anything else, and then we'll give this a go. Oh, hold on, I forgot one more thing. I did forget one more thing. Forgot this cable here. So hold on, let me take this off real quick. I forgot this other one. Put this cable in between the two. Okay, I forgot about this one. I forgot about this line here. I just remember this middle one in the middle. So, well, it's almost done. Okay, so now we could put this on. That's probably why we didn't hear no chirp. Okay, now we can put this back on. Okay, so that's good. Now we'll put the negative terminal on there. All right, now we might hear a chirp now or some clicky noises. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, heard some clicky noises. All right, that's on there. That's all on there. Okay. All right, so now we got everything nice and replaced. New. We're gonna replace these tomorrow when they come in, so that way it'll complete the whole thing. But I just want to make sure that what I did actually worked. So let me go and start it up for you guys. All right, it worked. Easy peasy. Worked just fine. Everything looks good. All right, turn it off. Whew. All right, guys, just like that, it's done. All right, guys, it is done for right now. Like I said, we're going to replace this and this tomorrow to complete this whole thing. But as you see, I want to get you in a better position. You see what I had to do? I just basically cut it, make sure it's got clamped right to the clamps. Make sure you can expose a little bit, because I had the little sheet, so I didn't want more sheet than metal, the little phrase, so with the little leads there. So we got that taken care of. And then as you see here, everything is looking really good. All that's good. And as you see, these are a little bit corroded, so we'll clean these up too. And then we're gonna replace this too, and to make this all brand shiny new. That way there's no other issues trickling down if there is any. So that will be pretty much the case right there. So pretty simple, pretty easy, take your time. One of the critical spots I would definitely say is measure twice or 3 times or 4 times and cut once, because if you keep cutting down, it's going to be too short, and you're going to have to either makeshift something, you may have to daisy chain something, or you're going to have to replace the whole entire line. You're going to have to unravel it, and right now mine is like spidered into another harness. I'm sure it's not spidered in together, it's probably just wrapped together. So that would definitely be a no-go, because then now you're going to have to go get the cable to replace it, and then that's more work that you need to do. So definitely measure a bunch of times and cut nice and easy and precise. That way you don't have to take off any more than you have to, and then bolt it on, get it nice and clamped and tight, wrap it with some duct tape, and then you should be good. So the reason why you want to wrap it with duct tape is because it's exposed metal. If anything touches that, where before you had that red top that covered it and kept it from that. So the electrical tape will take care of that exposed metal, at least give you enough so if something does touch it, it doesn't shock it. So if you have a tool or anything like that fall down or something like that, then it doesn't give it a nice good spark. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But okay, we're going to wait until the next day for the other 2 pieces to come so we can finish this up and call this complete. Alright guys, so we're back. We finally got the parts. They came like a couple days later, not a big deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish this up and then call this done. So let's go ahead and finish getting the other 2 pieces on and we'll be done. Alright guys, so this is what we were waiting for. It's the last 2 pieces. This is the fuse piece, which will replace that piece. Alright guys, so we're back. We got all the pieces. So this is the piece that we were waiting on. It's basically the little fuse piece that will replace this, and then the ground piece, which will replace that. And then it comes with some felts, and then we should be good. So let's go ahead and get this on a tripod so we can finish this off. Alright guys, so we're gonna go do this real quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take, alright. So we're gonna just disconnect this negative, like so. Get this off. Then we're gonna disconnect this one here. Hopefully you guys can see. All right, so we're disconnect this one. This one was an 8. This one's a 10. All right, and then just lift this off. All right. I'm gonna take this nut off here. I like that. Put this new piece on. Put the nut on it. Tighten it up. Alright, we're going to leave that sitting here off to the side. Then we're going to get this off here. I believe this one was a 10. Yep, 10. Or not 10, 13. So we're going to... Actually, hold on. Let's disconnect these wires real quick. So 10s. 10s. Alright, just going to take this off. Then we're going to lift this up. Get that out of the way. As well as this one. Alright. So it's okay. And then we'll get our 13. Really simple. Then we just lift it up. Get some of this stuff off here. Alright. And then we got this right here. So we also need to get this piece off because we're going to put the felt pieces on. Alright. Lift that off. Okay. So now we're going to put our felt pieces on. Alright, clean this. Alright, so what we're going to do is take our corrosion spray. I like spraying this on here to keep it from being corroded. And then we're going to take our felt, put it right over there. We'll do the same thing on this side here. Take our felt, put it there. Take this, put it right back down. Get nice and fit it. And tighten it up. All right, got that nice and tight. All right, then we're gonna take this piece, we'll just spray corrosive spray over everything, just to keep it from getting all corrosive. All right, then we're gonna lay Alright, I'm just going to lay this on top. Okay, and we're going to take the new nut, put it right back on top. Alright, we'll tighten this up. Alright, we'll just spray a little bit more on there just for the heck of it. Alright. Alright, and then we're just going to button it up. Like so. And just spray a little bit more on these so they don't get corroded. I like to get it all, make sure it's all there. Alright, and then the very last one is the negative. So here we go. Alright, we'll tighten this up. And spray this just to make sure you don't get all corroded. Alright guys, so we are done. Everything looks good. I'm not worried about taping that because it's pretty far. It's a pretty good distance. Nothing's touching. Everything is plastic, and then that's the only really thing I'm worried about. But I'm not too worried about that. If it's this issue, then we can tape it up later, but I'm not too worried about that. But you can tape it up if you're a little cautious and worried about it, but I'm not too worried about it. But yep, It's all good. We just like spraying this corrosive spray to keep it from corroding again like it did before, because it was completely corroded with all the white stuff. And we got to spray it over there just in case. And then now we all are done. So I just like replacing it because this looked, I mean, look at this. I mean, this thing was really corroded. I mean, it's probably could clean it up and keep it, which we probably will as a backup. And then we'll keep this one as a backup too, just in case it breaks or something, because we really had to order these. But you can get them from your auto parts store, but I ended up getting it from Amazon because it was cheaper. So, and it came with a kit instead of, you know, just because I think in the store at Amazon, they just, I mean, in the auto parts store, they just sell just this. And I'm pretty sure you can get that too, and that, but it was just better just to get it all under one thing and replace the whole thing and make sure it's all 100% good. So now we're good, and we're all good to go. And just like that, guys, we are done. The truck's good. Simple fix, nothing crazy. I just thought maybe that I could help some money out, because really, honestly, there was no video, really good video on showing you how to replace it. They just talked about it and then just did it. So I thought I would be able to go a little further and show you guys a little bit step by step, or a little bit more in depth of how to do it, especially when you get to cut that wire off, because that is a little different. Most of the time you could buy the kit with it already with the wire, but that's a lot of headache and a lot of work. If you do it this simple way, it's a really easy fix. All done, no problem. Everything is good to go. I'm literally taking no time at all to do. The little more issue time is just cutting the wire, and make sure you measure twice, 3 or 4 times, and then cut once. Because like I said, you don't want to shorten that wire and then you end up having to replace the whole thing, all because you didn't measure it correctly. So get your measurements before you cut, and then go from there. Then you should be good to go. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, truly do appreciate it. You guys go and have a good and blessed day, and I'm going to see you in the next fix. Until then, peace.